Hello and welcome back to another video. Today we'll be looking at a scenario where China forms an empire. Oh, I forgot to colour in Hainan. Let's get into the scenario. So the first event that happens is China declaring war on Mongolia. The Chinese troops swiftly capture Ulaanbaatar, and the country ends up collapsing over to China relatively quickly after that event happens. In a peace treaty, China fully annexes them, and the next event is China declares war on these two. It declares war on the smaller stands, Kyrgyzstan and Tajikistan. The war goes like interesting. What happens that the Chinese troops quickly take this bit because they're being stationed there, and Kashmir occupying troops move up and capture these lands. Next up, more troops start entering the countries, and they connect the front line, almost splitting, capturing almost all of eastern Tajikistan and almost all of Kyrgyzstan. They end up occupying all of the countries under peace treaty. They fully annex them. The next event that happens is China declaring war on Bhutan. Now, if you see, China's actually got two minuscule claims. I never knew about them until I got this map, actually. But what they do is it's obviously easily hit and run. Bhutan doesn't have a country, and their economy is domestic gross happiness or something. So it's an easy hit and run for China, where they fully annex the country. The next event we'll see happening is settling the Kashmir region issue. Obviously, I did that first thing in the India one, but I want to do it a bit later into the China one. So China declares war on India, and troops quickly move into the Kashmir region, and this eastern Chinese claim. More troops appear, and China splits India in half here, and continues moving in. India makes a small pushback as Chinese troops can continue flooding in. Next up, we'll see Pakistan joining the side on China, and their troops begin helping Chinese forces into the country. The whole of this bit of East India falls over to China, and a massive front line begins over here. Because sides decide to surrender, and in a peace treaty, China gets their claim here and the occupied part of East India. The next event we see happening is China declaring war on Burma. They send an ultimatum over to them because they're like, "Oh mate, if you don't give us the north part of your country to make the borders look nice, we'll declare war on you." And then Myanmarese, who are a military dictatorship right now, I think, like, no. So Chinese troops begin moving in. Most of it is coming from this side, which they just finished occupying. But as these troops are moving around away slowly, they'd be around this region. So there's lots of troops over here right now because they occupied this region. Capturing the whole of the north of the country, because obviously there's China's inactive force. There's probably like 5 million active troops. They completely collapsed the country. Probably high losses, but China's just got infinite troops. And as punishment for not accepting the ultimatum, they fully annex them. That should be in a different layer. Next up, China declares war on North Korea. China swiftly captures the capital and takes this land here. But North Korea shoots all its whole nuclear arsenal at China. Most of it is shot down, and most of it obviously isn't working. It's only for land. And then China is like, "Fuck you," and they send like 100 troops over to 100 nukes over to North Korea, absolutely obliterating half the country. The radiation effect is probably horrible. It probably spreads over to the radiation is probably like all of this, because obviously that's a lot of nukes, but you know what I mean. So the radiation is probably like this, but anyways, then China troops continue to come into the country. So when the nuclear radiation cools off and the peace treaty is signed, oh god, there's actually a massive river going through North Korea now because of the radiation. It blew a hole through the country. China just annexes the rest of the country. Thank you for watching my video. If you made it this far, if you subscribe, I'll put you in a footer. And thank you and goodbye.